Hello, No Chuff This
Hello.
podcast. Don't press like, don't press subscribe, don't do it, because if yesterday's performance and the performance against Loxa and the performance against Ajax and the performance against Dinamo Zagreb and the performance against Antwerp away are anything to go by, you must have just watched one episode of No Choftes for this season, and it's just the same shit. So I'm not talking with much oomph. I'm not talking with much energy. I'm not talking with much emphasis on just trying to remain positive, because I don't see anything to be positive about. Roy, welcome. Chris, welcome.
Hello, Stel. Hello, Chris.
Yes,
How you
Stel.
boys?
Yes, Roy. Not good.
I guess the introduction from Stel and the not good from you sort of answers my question, which was a bit rhetorical, to be honest. But
Stel in the galad. He's huffing and puffing. Oh my god.
Επειδή θα ρωτήσω έτσι λίγο μπελαμένους, να αναλάβω λίγο παραπάνω εγώ σήμερα. Έτσι να πω κάποια πράγματα που έχω μες στο νου μου που τα εχτες. Και feel free to either interrupt or stop me when you feel that you want to do so. So here it goes. After last week's tragic performance against Doxa, we all agreed, and I said that not if we want to stand the chance to defend the championship, but if we even want to win any game, bravo. If we want to win any game, we have to step up. We've repeated the same things many times for many games. And every time we think of every new game as a fresh start to start over new and remind to all the people and all the fans that we are the champions and we're defending the title. Now, yesterday's game, I want to say that was a slight improvement from what we saw against Doxa. Yeah, that's the one. Just a little bit. But still miles away from what we are dreaming of and what we are expecting. So, as far as the lineup and the formation is concerned, to be honest, there are about 4 reasons that made it very difficult for me to predict how we were going to approach the game. First, because most of the players who played last week didn't deserve to start this week. Secondly, because we've got a game midweek, a European game, which might be a make or break game. Because if we win, we're going to be first, at least on goal difference, and there's a lot of money being involved. Thirdly, because I thought that the 3 players who came in last week, Dura, Sheu, and Kagu, deserved to start because they were involved in both the games and at least they showed μια διάθεση τέλος πάντων παραπάνω και they had the right mentality. And fourth, we were missing not only Kusu and Mix, but Jordi, who, whether we like it or not, especially when we don't have someone to replace him, and I've been saying that, we had the quantity, but not the quality and the style of players to replace him. And I'm talking about Hambo, Bana, and Sheu. Sheu would have been the more logical choice because of his experience, because of his ball stopping, because he can't be bullied as much as the others. Maybe Berg wanted to protect Hambo because it was a game with a lot of pressure. He chose Bana. Bana tried, but it seemed to me that he didn't really gel with Bashu in the middle of the park. Now, the game started And for the first 9 or 10 minutes, I thought that a week after a very shameful performance against Doxa, the players, at least their egos, would have touched a nerve or whatever. And not only that, it was, that all our title contenders released announcements about the referees, about the game being suspicious. And you would think that only that by itself would sort of poke the players just a little bit to make them. Yeah, I agree that Bashu was another level, but that's not what I said. Ξέρω να μπορώ να πω. Εντάξει, ξεκινήσαμε τα πρώτα 10 λεπτά και προσπαθήσαμε, αν μη τι άλλο, να πιέσουμε ψηλά. We tried to push up. We tried to press. You could see Zachariou, Loizo, Chepa had a bit more energy. You could tell that he was ready to go toward the first few minutes. Even Yayi, who was horrible with the ball, he tried without the ball to press. Bashiru was everywhere. And Pana. But then after the 10th minute, it was as if it's lights out. Pafos did the same thing that all the teams do to us. They pressed high, they put men up. They had a 5-6 men press, put off Fabiano from the first pass to the defenders. And all of a sudden, we became, again, very predictable, very, very slow. The midfielders had to come back to the defense to receive the ball. When we couldn't, because they were pressing them, we were just έκαναμε γιόμες και καμινάδες που την άμυνα για να έβρουμε στα 40-50 μέτρα παίχτες. Δεν μπορούσαμε να δώσουμε μια μπάσα κοντά, even though saying that, and I know you're going to disagree, some of you, I thought that Eustace tried not to panic. He tried to be as logical. I thought that Eustace had an okay game individually. So did Hugo-chan the second half. But all in all, from the 10th minute up until the 41st, 42nd minute, all we saw was just Pafos pressing up high, us losing the ball, and μπορούσαμε να κάνουμε δύο πάσες, and μπορούσαμε να συνδυαστούμε. Εκλείσαμε μας τον κεντρικό άξονα in the midfield. They blocked us. Two players were doubling up on Loizo because Sheu cannot help pushing up. It reminds me of a basketball game when, sometimes they give the ball to a player who can't threaten from outside and they just choose not to defend him, but instead they double up on someone else. That's what they did with Loizo. Ανοίξαν οι γραμμές. The lines weren't close enough. And we just saw a carbon copy of what we were seeing before. Saying that, I thought that they left us space on the left-hand side with Lejax and Zachariou, which we didn't take advantage of in the first half. And they scored the goal, which I thought was a little bit lucky because the ball ricocheted, it fell in front of Valakari's feet, he crossed it, and the finish from what's his name? The striker was good, but all in all, they didn't really threaten much, even though on the transition, they would come with 2-3 passes and Ben Nastimber or Himas. They didn't really create much, but on the other hand, we didn't either. Just bear with me a few more minutes there, guys, because I just want to say what I've got. I don't want it to be a monologue, but it's like a weight on my chest that I want to get rid of. And then you can say what you want to say. So the second half, we tried to correct one of the mistakes, which was Iai. We put Kaguli in his position. And if we're talking about players that need to step up, Kagulis is probably one of the few or the only one I can think of that did exactly that. This year, he's tried to step up. You see him, he's got the right mentality, he's pressing, he's chasing balls, he's fighting, he deserves more than what he's got this season. He scored goals, he gave assists, and I think Kagulis is probably the only player or one of the few, so I won't be unfair in case I'm not remembering anyone else at the moment, who deserves better. But again, even though we held a bit more possession, it seemed at times that Pafos was playing with more men than us. We held the ball, but you would lift your head up and you would see players of Pafos first on the ball, first on the 50-50s, being physical, winning the ball, bullying our players, pushing them around. And then we scored the own goal. We had another 1 or 2 chances which were half-assed chances, didn't do much. And then I know numbers don't always say the truth, or they can be misleading, but more often than not they do. Just looking at the stats of the game, we created 6 chances, out of which 2 were on goal, shots on goal. We had possession 57-43, but even so, we didn't know what to do with the ball. Another thing is that Pafos had committed 22 fouls versus 9 against us. And I know some people say that a foul is just a late tackle or bad defending or a bad way to stop someone. But for me, a foul is a lot more than that. It shows passion. It shows determination. It shows that you want to boss the other team. It shows that you want to intimidate others. It shows that you don't want to be bullied. It breaks the tempo of other players and the confidence of other players. And for a team to commit more than double the fouls you did, that shows that you played like a fucking pussy. That's another thing. Like other than Bashiru and maybe Hubert Chan and Lejax, I didn't see anyone win any 50-50s. And the last thing I want to say before I let you guys say your opinion, last 2 things, is we had 10 corner kicks versus 0 against Pafos, and we had 22 free kicks, which 5 or 7 of them were around Pafos' area. Not only we didn't create one opportunity, because when you can't threaten from open play, you're predictable, you're slow, you can't hit them on transition and all of that. Having your set pieces is an alternative way to threaten another team. And we didn't do shit. We said about Jordi's way of taking the free kicks is not good, but we saw Zahariu, we saw Jonis, they were doing the same. We didn't threaten once, and we were lucky that Pafos didn't have any set pieces, because as we saw from Doxa and from all the European games, whenever other teams have set pieces, they're always very dangerous. Last thing, and I'll pass it over and I'll shut up. Because the last couple of years we haven't been going to the stadium, I know on the one hand that it's nice to see people going back to the stadium, but the only way you could get the vibe of the fans was through social media and maybe a radio station. Now that I personally I've been going back to the stadium, I've only missed 1 game, I start seeing people complaining, and it's thousands of people complaining about Bird's decisions, about Larco, about physical condition, about not signing players, about this, about the other, and it's not nice. I'm not going to go there just yet. This is just a rhetorical question I'm going to leave the followers. I was going to basically ask for the followers to give out names, but I don't want them to do it just now because I still believe in the team. But just so people know, in January, you can add depth into your squad. You can only replace players. And I hear people saying, we want a defender, we want a number 10, we want a number 8, we want a striker, and we want Ernest to come back. So that's 5 players, and you can only have 4 players in the squad. And that's it. And you have to let one go. You can only replace players. You can't add more depth. So I'm just asking, I know that players aren't playing well up till now, but do you think there's 4 players you can easily say, I want him to go, him to go, him to go, and I'll bring someone else? That's it for me, guys. So sorry for talking for like over 10 minutes. It's just something I wanted to take out my chest.
I think you got a lot more to say as well, to be honest, mate. I think you got a lot more to say, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Chris, your turn, my friend.
Stel move. I'm going to keep it nice and simple because I've got a lot of anger in me, and I feel the fans are going to be with me. I want to understand what the fuck is going on.
Wait. Slow down. Is the anger because of the color of your hair? You didn't want it to come out that color because there's a certain player that plays for Omonoia that's got the same color hair as you at the moment, brother. And I'd be pissed off if I had the same color hair. I'd be pissed off if I had hair like yours, to be honest, because I've got no hair at the moment. But anyway,
if that player continues to play that, like, he would not like to see a 2 meter tall guy standing in front of him and asking him what the hell he's doing in the pitch.
It's as if someone fucking hit you in the head with a bottle of peroxide, man.
Oh my god, at least you guys are making me laugh a little bit. And anyway, θέλω να καταλάβω τι γίνεται. Είναι οι παίχτες, είναι ο προπονητής, is it something που πίσω που δεν ξέρουμε εμείς? Τι γίνεται? Have they forgotten how to play? They don't know how to be creative. Βάσεις, μπορεί να κάνουμε ένα set piece, μια τζεφαγιά, έναν απλό 1-2 touch να φύγει, έναν overlap. Η μάπα μας έδωσε τη μάπα του Γιάν, να βγάλεις έναν και ό,τι γίνηκε. That's it. Είπες τα και εσύ, λέει τα και Stel, we're exchanging the same thing. Οι παίχτες που μες στο γήπεδο θέλουν να παίζουν. Μου δείχνουν κάτι. Am I right or wrong? Very few players we can mention. And we keep saying Gagoulis, we're giving him the praise, but he steps up. He stepped up to Mitsis. And he should be starting. Δεν ξέρω τι από πλέον. Εν πάω γήπεδο, μην βλέπω που τσάμε ακόμα μπροστά. Εν καταλάβω τι γίνεται.
Φίλε, πέρσι, εγώ νομίζω ότι we shouldn't just personify to 1 or 2 or 3 individuals, even people saying, when he comes back. And last year, when we also had the same issue, whoever stepped in the game and played, it was as if the team remained the same, the philosophy, the mentality. It was just a change of faces, but whoever played, he was good. This year, it's not just... Even what do you expect from Eric to come after being two months out with an injury και να πιάει την ομάδα πας στους ώμους του, ή ο Κούσου που έχει έναν επικίνδυνο τραυματισμό πας στο γόνατο του να έρθει και βάλει απόθηκα του μέσα στη φωτιά όπως το έκαμε πέρσι, ή ο Έρνες που είναι 8 μήνες, ένα χρόνο έξω να μπει και να κάνει τη γραμμή και να πιένει κάτι, να μου να κάνει ρε φίλε. So unless the whole team steps up, there's no chance that we're going to become better. Omonoia was a team. This is what characterized it. It wasn't an individual effort, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 for that matter.
I want to know how Stel's feeling. Πέτα, spit it, say it, φκάρτα.
Xanax.
Για σένα ζω, για σένα τραγουδώ, we're fucking shit. Yeah? That's how the song is, yeah? Lao Sole, we're fucking shit. Yeah, that's how it goes, yeah? That's how, is that what they want the fans to sing from now on? Is that what they want? You know what? I started doing these videos about a year ago, and I'm doing these positive videos because positive vibes, positive energy, because I've always believed in that kind of stuff. But the thing is, the players met me halfway. They met us halfway. The effort was there. The desire was there. The application was there. And while Henning Berg, his tactics were quite predictable, let's be real, they were quite predictable. We found a way. We ended up winning the league. Beautiful, delicious. Mwah, chef's kiss. But now, I can evaluate so much right now. So much I can evaluate. Let's talk about what you mentioned before, Roy. Physical condition. We brought in a new strength and conditioning coach at the beginning of the season. Players were dropping like flies. And people were telling me, it's because of him. It's because of him. Well, there have been numerous clubs throughout the world, elite clubs, that have brought in strength and conditioning coaches. And for the first few months, players have been dropping like flies because the new way of coaching, the volume, the emphasis on strength and all that kind of stuff, it's affected the players. But they get around it and they work through it. The players get used to it. They adapt to it. But what did we do? We got rid of him. Because whatever reason, for whatever reason. Then what happens? Right? We start playing these European games and we're conceding goals which are practically identical. I've done a video. You've seen it. Chris has seen it. I'm sure 500 or 600 people have seen it. The goals that we concede are similar. Last season, we weren't conceding these goals. Yeah? We weren't conceding these type of goals. But yet we're doing it again. We're doing it this season. Why? Because it goes back to what we said before. There's a pattern at the moment, isn't there, Roy? Goes back to what we said before. Goes back to what we said before. We keep repeating ourselves. So if I know what the problem is, if you know what the problem is, if Chris knows, if all the people watching now in the chat know what the problem is, how can this club not see where the problem is? And I can sit here and be positive and say, oh, well, let's get some good things out of this game. Well, Lesiak's got another assist. All right. Zaharil looks like he's coming into the game more often. Bashiru had a good game. But that's it. Shepard's got more minutes under his belt. Is that it? Is that what we're going with now? Are these the straws that we're clutching at this moment in time? You know, someone mentioned signings. All right. Let's talk about our signings. Stel, I don't understand. I do not understand. I cannot understand. I don't get him. I really don't get him. Because if we wanted a quarterback, he's the guy. If you wanted someone to lob the ball 40 yards, cross-field balls, diagonal balls, if we wanted that kind of play, he's the man. I've got an app that tells me, what shows me clips of specific individual players. Against Doxa, he played 40-yard cross-field balls 8 times. 8 times? Are we a long ball team now? Is this what it's come down to? Are our players not good enough to play 5-yard balls or interplay or make little triangle passes? So we need our centre-back to pump the ball long. And yesterday, he's doing it, lumping the ball down the middle when you got 6'2", 6'3" central defenders. Mm-hmm. Am I thick? Am I licking windows at the moment? Do I need to go to a special school? Am I stupid? Am I saying these things? Am I imagining things? Am I on drugs? Am I on mushrooms? Yeah. Am I eating money dara? Am I eating things? Swear to God, is this what the fuck it's come down to? Right? But let's talk about Stel very quickly here, right? Because when I see him on the ball, I'm thinking he's a good ball player. I'm not going to lie to you. He's actually good on the ball. He's very good on the ball. I'm not being sarcastic. But when he's pressed and he's pressured, yesterday, he gets the ball. In fact, I had a clip where he's got the ball on the halfway line and he's surrounded by 3 Buffalo players. The simple pass was a 5-yard square ball to Shehu. He plays it through the middle to Banayodu, who's got 2 players around him, and they've intercepted. The next thing you know, they're at the other end. Let's talk about another signing, shall we? I don't know if we were meant to sign a forward or the guy that sang the thong song. Because that's what I see. The guy that sang the thong song. I see Sisqo up front. Did we sign Sisqo or did we sign a Nigerian international? I don't know the difference between the two. I swear to God. Because I'm seeing things from this guy and I'm thinking, is someone taking an envelope here? Is someone taking an envelope, a brown envelope? Because when I see this player, I think, is he a footballer? Do you remember many years ago, I think you guys might be too young to remember this. Roy, you might remember this.
The Brazilian player who built the
No. Let me tell you this. Southampton had a manager called Graham Souness.
Yep.
Do you remember Graham Souness?
Yeah, of course.
Play for Liverpool, right? And he was Southampton manager. One day he gets a phone call from someone claiming to be George Weah's nephew.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know.
His name was Ali Dia, and they gave him a trial. They gave him a trial. Come and play. But they didn't actually give him a trial. They gave him a debut straight away. He came on, and within 10 minutes, they took him off because he was so shit. Is this what we got now, Ali Dia? Is this what we got? Let me show you something. Something beautiful. This is delicious. Mwah, chef's kiss.
It's probably going to piss me off now.
Bro, okay. Right. Look at this, yeah? Come outside. Where is it? Let me find it. Hold on. I've got so many windows open at the moment. Is this the one? That's not the one.
That's without
Antwerp. One second, boys. I feel like a right fucking idiot here. Right, this is the one, yeah? Look at this. Look at what he does. Sisqo, boom. That's Sisqo, yeah? Do you see that?
That's the first one.
That's the first one. First of many. Well, I've only got 4. Where's my other one? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Where's the next one? This is beautiful. And do you know what? People from the club are probably watching this now. Yeah, and they're probably saying, what the fuck is this guy doing? Not Sisqo, me. What is this guy doing? This is the beautiful one, Edo. Look at this. Look at this first touch. Oh, what's going on here? Look at that first touch. Did you see that first touch? Let me do it again. Just for the watching few. Oh, what's going on? Did you see that?
Yep.
Am I the only one that's seen these things? Okay. Right. Let's see another one. Yeah.
Dus je speelt echt this.
I don't have any from yesterday because they saved him. They gave him the get out of jail card. That's what they've given him. Yeah. Which one's this one? Where's this one? Ah, this one. Right. This is from yesterday's game. Right. And I'll tell you something. This is what annoyed me most about this game. Right. Just keep watching EI. Okay. Where is he? Right. He's down at the bottom of the screen. Yeah. You probably can't see him, but he's down at the bottom where the play button is. Right.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Right. Now the ball's going to go out wide to Lesiaks. Okay. Just keep watching EI because for me, if you're a forward and you want to score goals, you bust the gut. You break your balls to make that run into the box. Look at this one. It's like he's walking his dog. It's like with Chris walking his dog. Look. Look. Just keep watching him. He's jogging. Oh, is he running? Is he sprinting? Look at him. Look at him. Are you fucking for real? That's what I'm saying. I'm done with some of these players, bruv. I'm done with some of these players. And then there's this one. There's this one. This is a coup de grace, as the French say. Yeah.
The badge is too heavy. The badge is too heavy for some players, I believe.
This is the one. I beg you. Just watch this. I beg you. Is this rugby? Is this football? Is this rugby? Huh? This is rugby. I don't want to see him playing for this club ever again. I'm done with him. Because you know what? You can be mates with Lesiaks and you can have your little bets and joke and laugh about. You could do it. Great. What happens when he's on the pitch? What has he done? He scored a couple of penalties. And?
So what?
I don't like shitting on players, but him, fuck off. Sorry. And like I said, a lot of people are going to be on my back saying, oh, you've changed. I haven't changed. I want what's best for this club, right? But when I'm seeing players like him playing for us, is it any wonder why Shepherd isn't scoring goals? Is it any wonder that Loizu is constantly having to stay on the right-hand side? Because the guy ain't fucking making any runs. He's got a first touch of a... Can't say that word, because it's a term that we use in England, and people get misconstrued and language barrier and all that kind of stuff. He's terrible. He's one of the worst players I've seen. One of the worst. And I've got a lot more clips from his time at Dinamo Zagreb, which I could go through time and time again. Even worse than that. Even worse. So who's taking a brown envelope to get this guy in? This is what I want to know. We let Thiago go, the guy who on that left-hand side, making those diagonal runs into the box, allowing Lesiaks to overlap, playing triangles with him and Shepa and Foddy. We let him go. Why? Because he was 33, 34 years old and he wanted too much money. But how much are we paying this guy? How much are we paying for this guy to twerk and sing the thong song? How much? Right? And then defensively, does anyone want to see the goal? Does anyone want to see the goal? Let's see the goal. Let's see the goal. Because I'll tell you this for now. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But I'll tell you what, if you want to go to church, right? Tell me the best church in Cyprus. I will go there when I come over. Because I need it. I need it right now.
Wrong crowd, mate. Wrong crowd. Wrong crowd.
Show me the best church. I beg you. The best church, right? Fuck me, Sidos. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? Okay. Right. Is my mouse? Can you see my mouse? You can see the mouse. Okay, right. So, do you know who this guy is?
That's Panayiotou, right?
No. That's Panayiotou. This guy here, my friend, can you see? Yeah? That's Huberchan. That's Huberchan. Why is our most experienced central defender standing in the left-back position when we have a left-back and we have Zaharil? But this is beautiful because what Zaharil does, he doesn't win the ball and he walks away from it. But look where Huberchan is. He's still here. My brother, why are you still standing here? Are you playing Pac-Man in your head or something? Now carry on. Now, look at Shehu. Why is he not looking at the man? Because Eustace doing a good job here. Why is Banayodu close with this man? Why isn't... fuck my life. Honestly, fuck my life. Eto, just watch it. There you go, beautiful. There's no point. I can evaluate these things every single minute of the day, but there's no point. Because if we all can see this, why can't they see it? But back to the game. We're getting overlapped in midfield, right? They've got more energy, they've got more legs. They're defending in numbers, they're breaking in numbers, right? When we counter-attacked, we had 2 men forward. There's one point, the ball is lumped long, Gago is chasing it. By the time he gets the ball on the byline, there's no one in the box. Buffalo, whenever they had men forward, they broke in numbers. They had 5 men going forward. That Zaira was brilliant. Semedo was brilliant. I'm seeing diagonal runs, pulling our defenders out of position from Valakari. He's a baller. He's a baller. He should be playing number 10 for us. Not fucking Sisqo. Yeah? Johnny's, when he came on. Again, ineffective. He's being underdeveloped. Loizo, right-hand side. What is he doing there? Flicks, tricks, dancing, little skills. He's not a right winger, but yet he's playing right wing. As Roy said, what about Shehu? What's he doing? Why is he not overlapping? I'm seeing him running, pigeon-toed, behind Loizo. Where's your overlap? Give him options. He's not doing that. Bashiru's got an engine, brilliant. He could run up and down all day. But we don't want someone that can run around up and down all day. We want someone that can do something in the middle of the park, which goes back to what I'm talking about with Jordi. And Jordi has got criticised left, right, and centre from people. Oh, he's too slow. He's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll tell you what, yesterday we could have done with Jordi against Punchin because Jason Punchin, right, taught Banayodu a lesson on how to win the ball, on how to track back, on how to distribute the ball. If we had Jordi there, that wouldn't have happened. And I spoke to Punch after the game. He won't mind me saying this. He said, you guys got lucky. And I said to him, you're fucking right. We got lucky. Which goes back to the video what I said in the morning. We've used up too much luck this season. We can't rely on Lady Luck. She ain't going to keep her legs open for us for too long. Yeah?
So what annoys me...
Where do we go from that, this, boys? Because the other thing, sorry, Chris, right?
It's okay.
We got a guy who's been sitting on the bench for us this season, who came off the bench last week that scored, yeah? And he's still waiting for his opportunities, and they don't want to play him. They want to see him go, but they don't want to play him. And look at the impact that he made in the last game. And I'm seeing people saying, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Well, I'll tell you what, he showed more effort in 20 minutes coming on the other day than Sisqo has done for the past 4 or 5 weeks. Talk to me. Anyway, I don't know what else to say that I haven't said before about us, be it defending, be it going forward. We're predictable. It's laboured. There isn't any energy, right? And we can talk about all the injuries, but I don't want to be sitting there saying, oh, well, let's wait until Mix comes back. Let's wait until Eric comes back. Let's wait until Ernest comes back.
I think a lot of players right now, they don't understand this. They don't understand what it means. Να παίζεις για την Ομόνοια της Κύπρου. They don't understand it. And if they don't want to be playing, if they just came here for a paycheck και να πηγαίνουν στη θάλασσα τους and enjoy their life και ούλα, they can leave. It's not a problem. Ο Roy είναι πιο μεγάλος μου. You're older than me. You've seen so many players come and go. I'm a fan. I want to see my team fight. Όχι να παρακαλώ τον Λέζιαξ να βγάλει σέντραν και να μπει αυτόν γκολ να πιάσει ισοπαλία που έπια το πρωτάθλημα πέσει. Εν είναι η Ομόνοια που τα πέσει, που τα προπέσει. What's going on? We want to understand. Is it going to be fixed? Να συνεχίσουμε έτσι? Όποιος έρχεται μες στο γάσβι να μας κάνει κουμάντο? What's going on?
But Chris, it's predictable there. This is what I'm saying. This is what I've been saying for a lot. Roy, please back me up here. This is what I've been saying for God. It's predictable. I saw that system. I saw the players in the lineup. And we were talking in the group chat. Fuck me, he's going 3-4-2-1. Fuck me, he's going 5-3-2. And he plays 4-4-2. I'm sorry, listen, I love the guy. I've got so much respect for Henningberg. As a player, he was outstanding central defender. As a manager for us, he's won the league. He came close to winning the cup. He took us top of the league 2 seasons on the bounce. But football evolves, and teams know how to play against us. We saw Doxa 2 banks of 4, Buffalo 2 banks of 4, Ajax 2 banks of 4. I mean, what's going on? What, don't we have players that are intelligent? Is that why we're going so cautious? What is it? I don't understand. Okay, we played the same system last season, but we were going 4-2-3-1 in a lot of games. What is it? Do we not have players that have the intelligence? Do we not have players with the technical ability? Does he not trust the defense? This is another thing. Does he not trust the defense enough? That could be it. He doesn't trust the defense enough. Hence the reason why he plays 2 banks of 4. He doesn't trust them. He doesn't trust them. I'm thinking about it now. Henningberg, as a defender, he's played with Jaap Stam, he's played with Colin Hendry, he's played with Ronnie Johnson, he's played with all these other great defenders. And then he looks at Thomas Huberchan and Juste and Lang, and he thinks, you guys should be bossing these teams. You guys should be intelligent enough to be dealing with all these strikers. But you ain't. So I'm going to play 4-4-2 to give you guys support in the middle because I need to spoon feed you all. That's what it is. That's what it is. Edo, I've got it. That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Έναν πιστεύει τους αμυντικούς του. Πες είσαι στον Michael. Let's not go back to Michael again. Αλλά πες είσαι στον Michael. Είσαι πιο άνετος. Τώρα έχεις αμυντικούς που φοάσαι.
Φίλε, ήταν μόνο. Ο Κούσου έτρωε μωρά με πάμπερ μες στα χάφρε. Έχει κανένα που πιστεύει πραγματικά ότι αν ήταν ο Κούσου μες στη μέση χτες ήταν να μας κάνουν boss οποιοσδήποτε ρε φίλε. Does anyone believe that? It wasn't just that. Last year, everyone was tracking back. Everyone had his mind on how to defend first and then how to attack. We were a team. We're not a team. It's not an individual thing. And I know that Stel said a few things about AI. Even about AI, I'm wondering what's wrong with this guy. Were we so wrong? Does he need some physical condition? Is he playing in a position where he can't offer? He can't gel with the rest of the team. Has he overestimated his abilities or underestimated the Cypriot League? What's going on?
Shit.
Because when we saw him against Flora, when he came in on as a sub, we thought, okay, maybe he seems like he can hold the ball. When he came in, when we beat Antwerp 4-2 in the Recipe, he held the ball, he scored the penalty, he won the penalty, and you thought, okay, maybe in time, you saw some glimpses of something he can do. But it's as if, I don't know. This is the thing, that we've got so many questions and we don't have the answers. We don't know why. And no one gives an explanation, and no one, like, we're taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And I don't know why. Who is it to blame?
Is it the manager?
I don't know. I don't know. But what I'm seeing is not good enough. Whatever the excuses are. You remember yesterday on the group chat, I told you it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter.
No, keep talking. We'll just play the thong song while you're talking. It's fine. Sorry.
This is going to become a meme.
I don't mind who plays. There is no excuse if we're missing 3 or 4 or 5 players. If you were confident that with the squad depth you had this summer, that the players you had are good enough to play, then you have no excuse. If you go out and admit that you made a mistake and maybe we should have signed some other players on different positions, then they should go out and say it and try and correct what's wrong. Because, again, for me, if you tell me now, January is coming up, what would you change? I can't say comfortably, even though a lot of players haven't been playing well, that, you know what? The easy solution is for him to go, for that player to go, for that player to go. And I'm just talking about positions now. I don't want to say names. I don't know what I would have done. But on the other hand, it seems that the problem is not individual. It's a team thing. We don't have the energy levels. We haven't gelled. We don't move quick enough. We're predictable. The lines are en diagram mesmas. En gamnumen overlap. En bezumen touch and go. Eneshi pechtes puen nambun. Mestindriba. Any ξέρω φίλε. I don't en μπορώ να καταλάβω. I cannot understand how a team that was a champion a few weeks ago, because we're talking about a few weeks ago, not years ago. And the thing we were bragging that we've got the advantage of keeping the backbone of the team, and that we, at least for the beginning of the season, we were going to be better than all the other teams. I'll tell you this, okay? I think Omonoia, Apoel, and Akhna are the worst teams of the league this far. Some people would have added Anorthosis, but at least Anorthosis, they have spells where they play really well in the same game, and then they've got spells where they're really shit. But at least they show.
If you're an Orthodoxy fan, you can enjoy them losing because at least you know they're attacking.
We scored 4 goals. One was an own goal. The other one was a penalty. And we conceded 4 goals. And it could have been 7 or 8 that we conceded. We were lucky that we didn't concede 7 or 8. But I can't really say that we were unlucky not to score more. So we got the maximum from our scoring, and defensively, in a very strange way, we were lucky to only concede 4 goals.
Do you know what angers me even more about this whole situation, Roy? AEK, Apollon, and Pafos have got practically new teams, and they're playing some great football. Pafos bossed us yesterday, man. We can't ignore it. Doxa bossed us. Bruv, listen, no disrespect to them, yeah. Look, I credit where it's due. I give them their flowers. But it's Doxa. They should not be bossing Omonoia at the Gazibi. It shouldn't be happening, but they bossed us. They had 3 goals and actually 2 offside, but they still put the ball in the net 3 times. Fabi was picking up MVP awards last season. Now he's just picking up the ball from the back of the net.
It's not his fault, though.
It's not, but this is what I'm saying. This is how bad it's come. That's how it. Listen, let's go through some of these comments anyway, because it's everyone's been chiming in, and you know what? Thank you everyone for watching. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You're doing us massive favors. Well, you know, but I was saying because it's going to be Groundhog Day, but you know we've got more content now. This is great, so no, and I'll take that back. Right, seeing these long balls, they give me the idea they don't train together during the week. Well, obviously they do train together, but what's the game plan here? Why, if you're going to pump the ball long, pump it into the channels, to the wingers or to their fullbacks, who aren't as tall as the central defenders. What Justin is doing is hitting it 40 yards straight down the line. It doesn't make no fucking sense. Still ineffective in front of goal. First half, only 3 shots and none on target. We're still seeking our game identity this year. Do you agree, gents?
Yep.
Question is, what is... Roy, you've muted yourself, I think.
Yeah. Of course. That's just one thing, Refine. We've got a problem in defense. We've got a problem in all our lines. That's what I'm saying. You can't expect that we're going to create chances if in the middle of the park we're predictable and slow. How it's έναν τρίτον ρε φίλε. Πρέπει να τα ενώσεις μαζί και να δουλέψεις πώς να δημιουργήσεις ευκαιρίες. Δεν αρκεύκουν να μπαίνουν γκολ σαν αν έχεις κέντρον και έχεις άμυναν και έχεις έτσι τρύπαν όπως το σγροτήρι μου μας γαμούν όλοι, ας πούμε.
Bro, you know what I find funny about this message, though, right? I'm not taking the piss out of Humble, but it says here, we're still seeking our game identity this year. What is the identity? This is what I need to know, because this just reminds you of when my daughter Stefania, she goes to Thalassa and she starts digging in the Ammor. I'm like, what are you digging for? She goes, treasure. I'm like, what is the treasure? I don't know. So you're digging for nothing. Anyway, I think this sums up your point there.
Ναι, σπάσαν μας, ρε. Και ακόμα δεν ξεκινήσαμε.
All right. Better overall performance than versus Doxa, but still very disappointing. Correct. Desperately need Gusso and Eric back. Well, yeah. This one, I should kick you out for just trying to wind me up with this one. Duris, Asante, and Zaha not needed. They need to go. They didn't even play. They didn't even play. What are you talking about? Oh, God. We just need the fucking striker and number 10, and we were... Well, okay, yeah, I know, yeah. It's just too many M's. Too many M's. But still believing in this team, and we still... Okay, right. I think this is something that we've been saying for the past couple of weeks. But Yago, yeah, you're bang on, mate. We do need a number 10. And whether it be Eric to come back, or whether it be just a change of system. If Foddy was 10 years younger, beautiful, delicious. We love that. And a central defender. Well, you know, I recommended a central defender to the club at the beginning of the season, but they ignored that anyway. Botek mix up pivotal absences. It's the one thing to trust 18 to 20-year-old Lois or Johnnies, and another to rely on them. They need to reflect, train, and recover between games. Yeah, I agree, but their development has been hindered because of where they're being played. This is what I'm saying, and I'm questioning the physical development of Loizo. And again, I'm not shitting on the lad, but he hasn't grown since over the summer. Some players get growth spurts. You know, Johnny's looks like he's filled out. Guggle has filled out. I don't know if Loizo is just a late developer. But anyway, I don't know. Boys, what do you reckon?
It's true what Theo says, I feel. You know, in a few weeks' time, you have to turn from a boy into a man. And it's a lot of weight on the shoulders of these guys. And especially Marinos as well. I'm a little bit disappointed with Marinos because last year, for me, Marinos helped a lot more than Loizo for us to win the title. He was pivotal. He was very, very vital in our chase to win the championship. He scored like 7 goals. He had 5 assists. And it's sad to see that at least at the beginning of this season, he's a shadow of what he used to be last year. He doesn't seem confident. His psychology seems to have dropped as well. And okay, Loizos also. I mean, you're not the Tomoron mas and the Loizuin mas and Ovaftistikon mas. They're expecting from Loizo, not only from Omonoia and Johnny's, but also the national team of Cyprus, that these two are going to take the and να πιάσουν την ομάδα μας τους ώμους τους. Είναι λογικά τα πράγματα.
Well, to be honest, with the national team, they're not really going to get too far because the head coach is a fucking dinosaur. But anyway, so I'll go into that one. EI is the most valuable player in our roster, and his contribution is almost zero. Almost zero. No, he does contribute. He contributes football's equivalent to AIDS and cholera and gonorrhea. You know, I watch him play and I get chlamydia. Anyway, we rushed to sign Yusta like he was Sergio Ramos. Tell me what Shepa and Duras are they doing. Okay, right. Shepa is still recovering from his injury, so he's playing to get his minutes. But as you can see, he's not getting much supply. So
no support.
Exactly. You might as well get the Statue of Liberty and put him up front because he's just as useful. Because the Statue of Liberty will get just as much support. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, you could have a stick or a mop or fuck knows in the penalty box, and they'll get just as much support. Anyway,
I have one question.
One question.
I don't know who's watching. Are we gonna step up on Thursday? Are we gonna
against Quarabag?
Are we gonna step up and να ξυπνήσουν λίγο and να παίξουν? Are they gonna give the fans something to look forward to? Να ρεμίσουμε λίγο. Ναι, γλύωρα, αλλά συνεχίσουμε έτσι. They're gonna have the fans on their back. And
yeah, but the fans need to get behind the team. And no disrespect, watching the game, it came to a point where it was dead silent.
Yeah, I know.
It was dead silent. And that's not good enough. I'm sorry. I know obviously the fans want to be entertained and they deserve it, but you need to get behind the team. And this is sounding like rich from me, considering I've destroyed 2 players already. And if you want to include Ruchan, that's 3. But it's case in point. I've tried to do my bit. Roy's done his bit. Chris has done his bit. Chris's dog has done his bit. You know?
I swear to God, when this finishes, I'm going to go on my playlist and I'm going to delete every Sisqo song that I have. I will never play Sisqo again. because it's always going to remind me of Iai. If someone requests me a Sisqo song, 50 euro, δεν το παίζω, φύγε που δάμε.
Yeah, but does that include Drew Hill as well? Because they got some bangers, yeah? You can't...
Gigino.
Drew Hill.
Oh, come on!
Drew Hill there.
Come on, that's mean. That's just mean. Right, so look, Unk needs to drop these. He's not going to drop any fucking dollars because they want to get players on free and on loan. Can't you tell? EI reminds you of Lua Lua. Well, Lua Lua was half decent. Half decent.
And Lua Lua did something in his career.
Yeah, he won the cup, didn't he? There you go. EI is a left winger, and we played him in every position other than that. Well, is he really a left winger or is he a rapper? I don't know. Still show us the ball controls as I had it all made throughout the game. I don't have that footage. I don't have it. I will get that footage though. Don't you worry. Mark my words.
He's got a point, by the way.
Move him to left winger, switch to... Oh, I take it this is EI. EI. Mind you, listen, in all fairness, he's got a good relationship off the field with Lesiaks. So I would assume that down that left-hand side, there might be some chemistry. That's what I'm going to give him. I'm not being sarcastic. You know, forgive me. I'm actually not being sarcastic. I'm being serious. So that is what I will say. I've never seen Omonoia so slow in attack. So build up wrong short passes and we play long passes like we used to do there. We've said it. We said it. We said it. And then. Right, we got. All right, let's keep it quick. Last year, Shehu was consistent. The reason why this year not looks good last year is because he got married. Possibly a ball and chain. Maybe she's tying him down and he's not running up the flank because he's trying to put. I don't know. It's saying we played October, November last year. Yes, but we were still creating opportunities last year. If you remember rightly, we were still creating opportunities. And then Roy, remember that Olympia goes away when we lost 1-0. We still had chances. We just weren't putting them away. But this season, we're not creating anything. Right, why used to why? Okay, we've done this already. Start by chopping off the dead wood. Okay, please give names. Which dead wood? Please. I'm not being sarcastic or being, what's the word?
Curious.
No, there's a word. Provocative. That's the one. EI's attitude is pretty clear. He doesn't really care about our league and Omonoia in general. What nightclubs or things open in Cyprus? Is he married? Are there Buldanes in the region where he lives? I don't know.
He's married. He's got a kid, Refile. He's got a kid.
And I take it they're over in Cyprus. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
There you go. You never change the recipe that works for you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, we've done this dance again. Jagovo, thank you again. Not being sarcastic or anything. It's just we've done these, so we're going to go through next ones. I'm just firing through. Eustace, decent. Him with. Does anyone agree that him and Hubachan are the best central defensive pairing?
You mean for Omonoia or
us,
in general?
For us. No, not in general. No.
I don't even know.
I feel like yesterday, I personally didn't think they were so bad. Especially the second half, I saw Hubachan. Hubachan reminded me a bit of Hubachan that we knew from last year. He didn't take any nonsense. He was first on the ball. He was tackling, and like I said, on the ball. I saw him yesterday trying not to panic. But when he didn't have any options, he did what you said, like the 40, 50 diagonal, 50-yard diagonal balls, which I can't say that it's 100% his fault. Because if there were times he was holding the ball and no one would move. No one would move to give him the ball. So I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of theirs, but how many times did we have the opportunity to see two central defenders play together and give them the opportunity for 4, 5, 6 games and then judge them? Lang started the season and he's burnt out. He made mistakes. He felt uncomfortable. He didn't gel with other guys. Panayotou was saying that he's got a lot of potential, but he's still young. He's good with the ball. He tries to help the game play from the back, and he does that. Yuste, we said he's experienced, but when he was at Apollon, he was complimenting Roberge, who was the captain. He was the leader. And we were questioning whether we have a leader in the back two. They're definitely the most experienced, these two. but I don't know if it's the best pair. I'm gonna be able to judge more clearly after a few more games.
There is no leaders in that team at the moment. That's the problem.
No
That's what I
leadership.
believe. Δεν έχει τίποτε. Δεν έχεις με τον Κούσον να σου φωνάζει, δεν έχεις με πάλι example τον Michael να το φωνάζει.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's no leadership defensively. There's no cohesion defensively. There's no communication, right? In the midfield, they're all at sea because they're trying to help the defense, but they're also trying to get forward as well. And it's a difficult role to be a central midfielder, but they can't do their job going forward because the people that are in front of them aren't moving, right? And what frustrates me the most, I look at Buffon, and I'm just going to show you one more clip, I promise. Just one more clip, right? I just want you to see how Buffon got forward in numbers when they won the ball. It was like a sprint, right? It was like a sprint. And again, I held my hands up. I was like, this is immense, right? Look at this. So Banayodo gets the ball, loses it, and look how they sprint, man. They sprint. Look at the fullback. Look at the fullback. Look at this. They got 4 versus 3, man.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm talking about? And this is what I'm saying. Like, why don't we do this? What, don't we have the players to do this? Are they fitter than us? Do they have more energy? I don't see it. I don't know. Listen, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm sure all our viewers are tired. We've gone for almost an hour. Let's see if we've got some positive ones here. I honestly think the return of Mix and Eric will improve, possibly. Why not give a chance to Dura? I agree. This one, Humbo, you know what? Fair enough. We're criticizing the performance. People in the stand shouldn't whistle and swear at the players and coaching stuff. I agree. Give harsh criticism, but don't be fucking, yeah. And I agree. Follow the club. Support the club. We are fans. You guys are fans. And we all have our opinions. Not once have Roy, Chris, or I said, cuss the players. Talk to them like shit. Disrespect them. Don't do it. Now, people will say to me, well, you're a hypocrite because you laid into EI. Well, like I said, I don't want to see him at this club. Because when I see performances like this, it tells me that he's got no interest. I haven't seen any signs from the player that he knows what it means to play for this club. Like, remember when we interviewed Zeli yesterday, Roy, when he said that fans were saying that he came over for a holiday? Well, he had injuries. This guy is fully fit. I don't see anything special. Now, I want him to prove me wrong. I want it to come to a point where people are screenshotting these videos and saying, look, you were wrong. Good. I want this to happen. I want to be wrong. At the end of the season, I want him to be holding the Brodathley man, for him to have a T-shirt saying, fuck you, Stel. Please. Honestly, I will have no problem with it. Every time he scores, go to the camera, EIE, and just say, fuck you, Stel, or just get a thong and pull it out and just wave it around. Not your missus, get anyone. Doesn't matter, you can buy them from the shop. Do Jumbo sell thongs? I don't know. Just get one and wave it around. That could be his goal celebration. I don't got no problem with it. But prove me wrong, I beg you, please. Anyway, shall we finish it there, boys? We've done nearly an hour. Yeah? Right. Roy, Chris, Twitter, Instagram. Plug your shit.
Roy No Choftes, DJ STS Michael, my boy Chestel, all on Instagram. Follow us, follow the OLB on YouTube channel. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to drop the comments on the YouTube channel as well, because it's interesting to get the feedback and your opinions. We try and answer to almost all the messages that are being sent.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, Thursday is another opportunity for the team on a different tournament, the European one. Like I said, a victory gives $500,000 and also gives the opportunity for us to make or break. It's going to be a very good opportunity for us if we win. And don't forget that, for the Prodafrima, something we didn't mention, we're 8 points behind Apollon. The rest of the other teams drop points, but the game we have in hand is against Tael, and the next game we've got is against Apollon. So these 2-3 games should be very, very crucial and very important for the rest of the league. Let's stand behind the team, stand behind the players with all the strength we have. Anyway, we can't change things until January. we as fans, most definitely, all we can do is try to be a little bit more supportive. Okay, we can be critical, we can be pissed off. Αλλά θα το πάλι ξανά μας εδώ. Την Πέμπτη θα είμαστε πάλι για μένα σένα αγαπούλα. Πάμε σιλάκια. Όλε μαύρε να πιάσω πόσο κομπιούτερ, δεν μπορώ.
Πάμε ρε, πάμε.
Beautiful. So until next time. Until next time.
I'm going to drop the headphones.
Drop it, chuck it. It doesn't matter. Mic drop, headphones drop, Dre beats drop, Sisqo drop, Mbirazi. Come on, Gobella.
Ate, madam.